check the audit log at 9:28. I was like, how the fuck did you get 9:28? And then I thought about it for a second. I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I got 9:28 because I just looked up in the chat when Atlas and you were like, oh, the bot's gone, and you were like, oh fuck, and that happened when and this audit where you said you disconnected one user from the voice channel happened at the same time where you said like, oh shit, no, the bot.
yeah, I get it. Because what I did, because like I looked at, because I had a screenshot of like the fucking announcement after our debate, like the poll in my server, and then I just I subtracted 17 minutes from that, and I got 28. Right, so I understand how you got that time. It's just like the bot does that all the time. So that's why I was telling you in DMs. So like we had a
I've
poll
never had the bot do that to me.
We had a poll in the server, right?
Yeah.
And
that was I'm talking about like mid debate. This happened, right?
Yeah. At 9:45, I posted the poll, and the debate 17 minutes long. So if you just subtract 17 minutes from 45, it gives you 28. So that's when the second recording was started at 9:28.
Yeah, but it says you disconnected a user.
Yeah, I know, right? But I don't know who I was who specifically disconnected.
Well, it was the bot, right? I mean, we have an example where we know someone disconnected or something disconnected from the call at 9:28. We know what it was generally. We know at least the bot disconnected at 9:28, and then we have an example here of you disconnecting someone. It doesn't say who, but someone.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that, like, why you would think it's the bot, but like, it's just that. My main refutation of this is that it's just not mutually exclusive to this debate, because it's just happened numerous times.
Well, I guess that could either mean that. I mean, first of all, if it's happened numerous times, that could just mean that you guys might just have a problem with removing recordings you guys just aren't happy with. But I don't know.
Well, it's happened times, as in like nobody's stopping the recording, and like there's nothing in the audit log to suggest that nobody.
Well, here there is something in the audit log that suggests that it.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think that it is. Well, also, there's another thing I wanted to bring up is that the announcement I gave of like who do you guys think won, me or you, was not directly after we stopped the recording. It was like a few minutes after, right? So if we account for those few minutes, it wouldn't be exactly 9:28 when we started the second recording. It would be a little bit before then, right? So that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Right. I mean, we could just re-debate it if you're down.
I sent the next time Pawa got connected to voice chat and text.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because, okay, maybe I'm confused. Look, I just got the context just now and very minimally. Before I'm understanding, you disconnected the bot, or rather, you disconnected something, and it was just coincidentally at almost the exact same time the bot got disconnected.
Yeah, I get why that's, like, weird and all.
Wait, but what? Like, so who else would you disconnect if not the bot?
Probably somebody who's trying to spurg, or I know would spurg, or is talking while we're trying to talk. And there's like a lot of people in the like server who would do that.
Because I don't remember anyone like getting removed from the voice channel. Also, I mean, I don't know. Like, there's nothing else in the audit log where it shows that the bot was removed. So we either have a situation where the bot just randomly disconnected, or we have a situation where you disconnected someone at the exact same time. We know that the bot got disconnected.
Oh, the thing is that I don't think the bot got disconnected at that time, like exactly that time.
Wait, so hold on. So you said the debate was how long?
The debate was 17 minutes.
And you said you only got half the recording?
Wait.
The recording.
Yeah, okay. So when the bot was initially started to record, it was disconnected, and then it started recording the other half, which was the first half you were missing.
Yeah, the 17 minutes, the one that you uploaded, was the second half of the debate.
Yes.
So it'd really be more around like
30 minutes. Like,
yeah, I sent the second time it started recording, so something happened to it the first time, and you disconnected one user at the start of it, so something happened to it, and it's most likely you disconnected it.
Right, hold on, okay. But the thing is that if we take the 17 minutes, right, the second half, and we take when I announced who won between me and Dio. As soon as we ended the recording, there was like probably a 3-4 minute period as to before I announced it. But if you just take as soon as I announced it, 9:45, and then divide that by not divide that, I keep saying divide, and then subtract that by 17, you would get 28 minutes. So that therefore it would be at 9:28. But if we don't add those 3 minutes, and it's actually like 9:42, 9:41 when the debate just actually ended, and before I announced it, right? It would be more like 9:24 or 9:25.
Well, I guess this is just assuming that like you like put that up like immediately after the debate was like stopped recording.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I didn't
math
put it
to be
immediately
exactly
after.
precise.
Is what I'm saying.
And I mean, I don't know. I remember this happening in the chat, and I think Atlas like said like, "Yo, the bot's gone," and then like in chat
he
said,
did.
"Yo, the bot's gone," and I'm not sure how quickly he picked up on that, but like from what I can see, like, because I don't know exactly when the bot left. I didn't see it leave. I wasn't.
I didn't see it leave either.
You know, whatever. Yeah, I mean, we'll see about that. But we do know that the bot left. Around that general time frame, and we see that you disconnected something around that same general time frame where the messages were sent that the bot got disconnected.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It just seems a little fishy to me.
Yeah, I really do understand why it seems fishy. And again, I mean, this just sounds like I'm reiterating my point, is that it's just so consistent that this happens, as in, like, bots always leaving. A recording's always
messing up. But it seems to be only a problem in your server, which is why I'm kind of confused.
Well, I actually don't.
No, I will say this. When we used to use Paula, when we used to use Paula Dia before we moved over to Craig, we used to do that shit all the time. You remember when you and Angel argued that first time?
Yeah.
You remember it didn't get recorded because of the fucking bot leaving?
Yeah. I think that time it was just me not saving it, or like either of us not saving it, because I remember. Like,
you have to do save.
The bot's just kind of trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess it is kind of like sketchy.
Yeah. I haven't. So like Gray and Archimedes debated. They debated twice. In their first debate, I recorded it, but then the bot just like left after it, so that we had them debate again, and that's the one that I posted, right? Because we didn't get the first one, because the bot just disappeared. All right, so that's just like another reason as to why I think Paula just messes up. I mean, Dio, if you're down to debate again, if you're down, I don't know who I specifically disconnected. I mean, I can think of a few reasons why I would disconnect somebody. It's either somebody's echoing, somebody's trying to spurg, or will spurg, something like that.
Wouldn't that just be a mute then?
Well, I'd probably disconnect them just because I don't want them to be in the VC.
Who do you think would match that like description in KOD from like some people on the server?
People like Gias, like a few other people. You could just say D1. You could say Kenny even.
Well, he was in the call the whole time.
I can ask all three of those people right now.
Okay, sure. That's fine. I'm just saying people would match that description, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to redebate it, do you want to do it in like a group chat, or do you want to do it in a server? And we can have somebody like actually record with their like OBS computer recordings instead of like a Discord bot. Or we could do both.
I mean, yeah, I guess like I would be down at some point to do that.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, and Trini, what you were saying earlier, right? When we were in like in the other group chat talking, right? Like the main reason why I thought I won was that I still think this is that like we had two different positions, right? And his position was giving an explanation to something, and all I was is saying that I'm not really convinced of his explanation. I'm not giving another one that I think is better. I just want to test the soundness of his explanation. And my understanding of his argument was that the laws of logic are objective and that they have their necessity grounded in God. And that's why I asked him, I gave a summarization of his argument. Like, if you look at the part we have recorded, I asked him, is this what you mean? And he accepted that. And that's when I brought up, are the laws of logic descriptive or prescriptive? Which is, if he asked the question, why are they objective, or what is the foundation for them being objective, that assumes that they're prescriptive. So I was just seeing if Dio could fulfill his burden of proof, and in my conclusions, that's why I said I won, because, well, I think I won is because he never actually fulfilled his burden of proof, even though I didn't give any counter arguments or tried to give a better explanation for the laws of logic. I don't think that's really necessary, because that's not what my position was for.
Well, at the beginning of the debate, we kind of agreed that logic would be something that would be universal and kind of objective, right? Which is
I said that the laws of logic can be necessary.
Can be necessary, and then when I said I think I said something along the lines of, I think we can both agree that logic, definitely exists and is something that is independent of our mind and something that is, a consistent force.
Yeah, whatever Dia's saying, that's independent of what I'm saying. Yeah, I'll just say this much. If we're talking about kind of the verdict that I had of that debate, it comes down to two things. So number one, we're treating this purely as like an argumentation analysis, which I assume we're doing. If you want to appeal to rhetoric or something, then we can talk about that. But I assume that we're going purely off an argumentation analysis. So if we're going off of that, Dio put his argument on the table, and what you have to do on like most models of argumentation in order to stop that argument from quote unquote passing through, this is the kind of thing we understand in formal debate, is to offer up a counter argument or some reason to disbelieve in his argument. Now, you didn't really do that. So then if what you're saying is that he didn't provide something sufficient to meet his like burden of proof, that itself is a counter argument, but I didn't see that in there. Like, it seemed as though you tried to talk about necessity for a minute, but I never understood particularly why you made some argument about why Dio's position wasn't necessary. It didn't really seem like you made an argument for that case. And then if you're talking about like the truth of any of his premises, you didn't really dispute about you didn't really lay down a dispute about whether or not it's the case that God himself necessitates logic. It didn't seem like these were any of the things that you were disputing. So like in an argument, you're not laying down a better explanation. You're not disputing the validity the validity of the inference structure in a given argument. And then you're not disputing the truth of the premises. It seems as though the argument just goes through. It seems as though it's been, as far as the dialectic is concerned, accepted. And so that's why I voted for Dio.
Okay.
Like, it's how most people take away.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I understand that, but I first I had a problem understanding what he was specifically arguing for. That's why I gave the summarization of his argument. As like, do you mean like why do the laws of logic not change over time and why they're objective? And I was saying that his whole argument was reliant upon the laws of logic being this way. And so that's why I gave him the question, are they descriptive or prescriptive? And if he couldn't justify as to why they're prescriptive, is just what his argument was contingent upon, then all the things that would lead up to his conclusion would be ultimately unjustified. So that's what my reasoning was. If that makes sense.
I mean, if you're just... Sure. So, but by what you're saying with prescriptive, I take it to be the case that you're saying logic has to be this way, right?
As in it prescribes like reality. As in, so we have these laws, and then reality acts according to those laws.
Right.
So, yeah.
Sure. So then what Dio said specifically in the argument was that the alternative is that reality doesn't have prescribed laws of logic, in which case you were saying that you deny essential rationality. He clarified with you whether that was the case, and then your response was, no, I believe in logic. Like, you can see why that comes off like you actually accepted the conclusion.
Well, right? the way he described it was, he's asked me specifically subjective or objective. And I think descriptive, using subjective and descriptive is, they can sound synonymous, but I wasn't using them exactly in the same way, right? That's why I said, he gave me the example, I said, you kind of got what I'm asking you, right? As in the objective and prescriptive is correct, but subjective and descriptive wasn't actually correct. Because I explained descriptive as, there is these phenomenon that we have in our reality, and then we apply these laws of logic to describe these phenomenon, like gravity, right? I drop my pen. I call this phenomenon gravity. That's what I meant by descriptive. It's not like some objective standard of anything, right? And if it's the case that they're descriptive,
and then he asked you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and then he asked you if you denied the laws of logic initially, and you said no, you actually agree with them, right? Which would entail the idea that, at least as far as the dialectic is concerned, you agree with what you would call a prescriptive like type of like logic, right?
I don't think it necessarily entails that, because I think I can accept the laws of logic, right? But not in the sense of it being prescriptive in any way. I can accept the descriptive, which is, I actually do think the laws of logic are descriptive, but if in the sake of the debate, right? I don't think there's any entailment onto which way I accept it, unless I like made a clarification, right? So I think it's kind of an assumption that I accepted it being prescriptive, not really an entailment.
Wait, so when he asks you, right, do you believe in laws of logic?
Mm-hmm.
Laws of logic necessarily reflect the idea that these things are what govern reality. Right?
I think that's I think again that
these are the fundamental rules of reality.
I think I think that's just an assumption that they're prescriptive.
No, I'm asking, like, do you think the laws of logic,
if outside
true,
of the debate,
would be fundamentally the rules of reality?
Do I personally think this? No, I don't think that.
Wait, so you don't think that if we have the laws of logic and they are in fact true, they're the fundamental rules of reality?
No, I.
So you think things can...
Hold on. My personal belief is that we observe how reality is, and then we can just make statements describing how reality is based off of these observations, which is what I would say is descriptive.
I'm just asking if they are true. Yeah, I'm just asking if they are true, then you would grant, right, that they fundamentally are the rules of reality. So, for instance, if the law of identity is in fact true, there aren't any exceptions to it in reality. Right?
Well, okay. Well, if it is true in the sense it's objective, then yeah.
Right, and that's what Dio asked you. And then you said, I believe in logic. And that's why Dio, moved on. There's an agreement to the point.
Oh, well, see, the thing is, I think it's very semantical in what we mean as in, true, because when you were just asking me the question, it just seemed to be the case as in, when I say I accept the laws of logic, well, it made the assumption as in prescriptive laws of logic, not descriptive. And that's I didn't know he was doing that. Right? That's why I didn't understand where he was going, how he was moving on from it, right? And
then that just sounds like an accidental concession. Yeah, that sounds like an accidental concession to that point.
I don't think it's a concession, because I also don't think it's an entailment. I don't think it's an entailment that the laws of logic are necessarily prescriptive if I think they exist.
Well, he's asking you, right, if you agree with the laws of logic, right? You say you believe in logic. As far as that's concerned in the debate, because you didn't put anything else to the table, yeah, that's a concession.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I guess that can work, but I think that's just like a communication error. I guess you could say, yeah, it's an accidental concession.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not saying you got fucking bullied. I thought you did pretty well in it. It's just I felt like you didn't. I think you were doing really well in the rhetoric department. It's just I didn't see really put forward an argument against his position. And then I felt like you were testing his position for validity, and then also just general truth of the premises. It sounded like you didn't really have anywhere to go, and then that's why you guys got caught up in for 5-10 minutes about the prescriptive descriptive distinction.
Yeah.
But then when you guys got caught up in that, it seemed like you guys agreed based on the thing we were just talking about, and so it ultimately was irrelevant.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'm down to re-debate them whenever, because I think I just want.
Yeah, if you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he wants to do that same exact topic, because if he uses the same argument, then I don't think we could do a different topic if he wants to. That's fine with me.
I don't think Dio cares, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you mind if I like
still there.
if I upload this recording, like the recording what we have right now? Ayaka will send it to you like separate.
Yeah, if you want it, I don't really care.
All right, bet. All right, Ayaka left. Holy shit, I didn't know that.
His alt's still in here, so it's still recording.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, you can just tell him we're done. Okay.
We're finished. Never speak.
Yeah.
We are finished. Yeah. No, I didn't. I was just more so surprised because I like it smelled kind of fishy to me. And to be honest, I'm not even entirely convinced, but I definitely see I'm definitely not like full on like that you remove the bot for whatever reason.
I mean,
it does kind of seem out of character.
That's why I was surprised. This is what we were going to talk about. I was surprised this is what we were going to speak about because earlier it sounded like you weren't even that convinced. I was surprised this is the topic of choice.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even that full on about it. I was just like a little suspicious. I'm like that's a little convenient, but whatever. And then but then Ayako sent messaged me and said he had proof, and I was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, bro. I get your concerns. Right? Because I would think like the exact same thing if I was in your position, right? That's why I'm willing to like re-debate it and everything. Just if you want like extra verification and like how this happens all the time in my server with the bot and everything. Because like we've had like pretty like not huge things, but like there was a whole thing with Infamous and Gray and everything that was recorded but like disappeared and all that, which wasn't even a debate. It was just like screaming.
Right.
Oh man.
Oh no.
By the way, I hear that Gray and fucking Gimbal and them talk shit. Why is that? Like, why do they talk shit about Fingerprint?
Gray hates Infamous. I don't know why, but actually just hates him. Gimbal, I don't know. Gimbal and Dio had this beef thing. I don't know what it was about specifically. I think it was over the debate between me and Dio. But
yeah,
I think
how that happened is, yeah, we went in voice call and like I kind of just walked him through what I was saying. He's like, oh, well, I guess we don't disagree.